Hi guys, welcome to Hera. So the visuals you're going to be seeing today may not necessarily correlate with what I'm saying, but please stick with me, okay? All right. So recently I was on the bus and then I came in contact with someone who we just got into conversation and just recently moved to the UK and was telling me about all the interesting experiences he has had, and when I mean interesting, terrible experiences he has had. And in everyone he was telling me, because now he's telling me what has already happened, while I was obviously sympathetic to him and everything that happened, I was like, oh wow, I don't know, consciously or unconsciously, I just kept saying, oh, thank God it wasn't like I was just picking out the the things that would have gone worse, and I'm like, oh, thank God you were able to do this, thank God this did not happen, thank God that did not happen. So I think at some point, going halfway through the journey, he was like, you're just picking on saying it should that, like, thank God this didn't happen, that why did it even happen to him at all? And I'm like, but that's life. I said, yes, but that life should not happen to him. Why hasn't it happened to others? I know in this life we always think we've had the worst of it, right? Like it's us that the trailer has landed on our head. Why didn't he land on our neighbor's head? Why didn't he land on someone else's head? It's just because we've not heard the stories of others. And while we're in that conversation, I was just listening to him. We didn't talk about me. We didn't talk about what my own challenges were. But because I've been through life, I've seen life. And this is my 30 something years of living. I can understand that, yes, these things can be difficult. But if you're still here to be able to say the story, and then I think you should be able to laugh at it. You should be able to laugh at whatever has happened and the situations you found yourself in. Am I saying it's easy? No, I'm not going to act in any way, shape, or form that whatever it is you're going through or have been through is easy, or that it should be something that should regularly happen to you. But if you've lived this life enough, you know that every single day comes with its own. But again, having to understand that, yes, this is life and certain things will happen, you'll be able to manage it well and be able to live it well. Now, going back again as a Christian and managing situations and seeing situations, I'm always looking at them saying, God, what is it that you want to teach me in this moment, right? It's going to be difficult. It has been difficult, but what are you teaching me? What am I missing? Yes, in the midst of this pain, in the midst of these tears, in the midst of this heartache, what is God teaching me? What is God bringing out of this situation for me? There are certain things that have happened in my life that if they didn't happen, I would not be stronger for it. You see, I was in that bus and I could laugh at what that young man was saying because I've been there. I've been through whatever it is he thinks has happened in the UK that's frustrating his life. We've been through all those situations, and you see that at the end of the day, you come out better, you come out stronger. I recently watched a video where someone was talking about how this UK life is not for her. She wasn't complaining. She was just saying the lifestyle is not for her. She's living a very comfortable life. And I look at my life, I'm like, yes, this lady really speaks to me. She's really speaking about what's going on in my life. But for some of us, we were not going out in Nigeria. Like it is church, church, walk home, church, walk home. Like that was how beautiful my life was. And I was at home most of the time. So the UK worked fine for me. It was not like, oh, I was going to miss all the hanging out. No, I wasn't going to miss any hanging out. I could find a church that worked for me and I'll go to church, even though, yes, I struggled. I really, really struggled with church. I'm still trying to find my foot around a church that I would call a home church, right? But from where I've been through, it's not a complaint, but it is that this place is not for us in a certain type of way. And but somehow we're doing fine, we're doing okay, we're taking the good part of it, we're taking the healthy part of it and trying to fit it into whatever it is that's happening in our lives now. So why am I saying all these little things? To encourage you, because I don't know what you're going through, especially this resurrection weekend, going through looking at the life of Jesus and practically looking at the things that sincerely happened. Yes, Jesus is God, but he came in a human form. So he felt that pain. When those nails were going through, he felt it. It hurt him, I believe. The mockery. Oh, you say you're the son of God. Why can't you save others? Why can't you save yourself? And even as Christians, sometimes we're looking at God, where are you? Why is this thing happening to me? I remember when I was working in my former place of work, and for a period of time, we were not payrolled. And then we're told then, oh, you came through the window. Well, that's just a story for another day. And then you see some people who come and tell you, oh, they are going to sack you, oh, they are going to do this, oh, they are going to do that. And they were saying this to your face, some behind you. And then I remember when they say those things, your heart begins to sink and you're like, oh God, where are you? And you're praying and you're getting scared and everything. But I remember this particular woman, I cannot remember that woman's name, but I remember that particular woman saw us one day, and I think saw me in particular on the hallway. And she said, don't worry, God would show up for you. Like, it's not like I've not been hearing all those things, but that particular woman who kind of talked to me, said God would show up for you. And then I sat down, and when people were saying, oh, why were you single? Why? Because obviously others got payroll and you didn't get payroll with some other people. Why were you single out? And then I sat down and I'm like, no, the devil is not going to give me a timetable to pray or fast. I've been praying, I've been fasting, even when situations are normal. I grew up like that. So I'm not going to allow the devil give me a timetable. So I said, for this reason, I am not fasting for this matter. I'm not praying for this. Obviously, I'm not going to pray my normal prayer. God should show up and God should have mercy on us. But it was not like, oh, I was not panic praying. I was praying in faith, believing that God was going to show up for me. And then when the new executive came, a month before he came, we got payroll. The executive came in September. I think we got payroll early in either late August or that 1st of September. So we're in the system before he came, and whichever changes he was going to make did not affect us. Now, this is just one in so many ways and so many things that God has showed up for me. I remember after my mom died, we had a series of so many terrible things happening to us. One particular one that I want to mention was someone came to make my hair, so we went to drop her off. Now, this particular junction was a very quiet junction, and if you know Jos very well, once it gets around 8, like 7, 8, Jos is already getting to its quiet. Like, we're not Lagos or where you be like, oh, 8 o'clock people are still up. No, 8, 7, we're already trying to get home and we're already sleeping. So it's quiet and not so much activities happen. So we just parked our car, and then so that we could get a bus for this person, because we couldn't take her all the way. So we just took her to where she could get a bus. Remember, I said Jos, so we had to go take her outside to the express. So when we got there, we came down. I came down with the lady and we went just down the road. My friend who was with me at that time was in the car. Somehow, for some very interesting reasons, a trailer, so there was a mini truck and then a bigger trailer. I don't know if it was a mini truck that lost control or the trailer. No, the mini truck. So the trailer just hit that mini truck, which was close to my car. Then the mini truck pushed our car, crossed it over to the other side. Don't forget, we were parked, and I and my other friend had moved down already. But obviously the trailer left, but it was that car, and then the car tumbled. Like, it was terrible. I was just looking and I was watching and I was just screaming my friend's name. And then quickly we got there. Thankfully, he came out unhurt. The car was in a mess. But I'm just imagining that what if we were more in that car, and then if all of us were in that car, and then maybe we were not so lucky, but God showed up. Yes, the car was terrible, but God showed up. And then the owner of the mini truck was able to pay up our pay for the repair of the car. So the owner of the mini truck, because obviously it was their fault, was able to pay for the repairs. So while yes, we went through a period without the car, I think for a month plus, but it got fixed. I didn't have money to pay. The person that his truck hit paid for it, and my friend wasn't even injured to a point where it's like, this injury is no. He was back and running, like he was fine the next day after, like just resting and all that. So while I may get angry and like, oh, I lost my mom. Look at what has happened to me, and it didn't stop there. Other things kept happening throughout that period. But I remember God, and I know God, and I have seen Him show up in situations where you cannot imagine, but He showed up. And today I'm just encouraging you that just pick up no matter what is happening. You see, I'm talking to you as somebody who has lost both parents. I'm talking to you as somebody who has gone through so many pains, so many heartache, so many different situations have played out in my life. But I can tell you that God is good. God is awesome. God is faithful. Will certain things happen to you that you prayed against not happening? Would they happen? Likely. But it doesn't stop the fact that God is with you, that God is mindful of you, and God loves you. Have a beautiful, beautiful Easter celebration.